We're here at KTM's race team workshop in Western Sydney, and today we've brought the Project Moto KTM 250 SXF here to give it a run on the dyno. We've got Rob Tyrell from KTM Australia. He's going to put it on the dyno, see what results we get, and also I'll be back later to speak about the bike.
Here we are today testing the Akropovic exhaust system on the 250 SXF 2012 model. After doing the dyno tests, we found that the pipe offers a good gain in mid-range and top end, about a 2 horsepower gain. The beauty of fitting an exhaust system to the fuel-injected bike is that the injection already has a leeway for different exhaust systems in there, and will actually not necessarily tune itself to it, but will allow the pipe to go on without any major fueling changes or mapping. And some really good gains here today with that exhaust system.
Okay, well, now that you've seen the bike on the dyno, the Project Moto KTM 250 SXF, for me on the track, since I've been riding with the new exhaust system, you can feel the gains in power, just, the usual benefits in more power being, just getting up hills that little bit better, out of corners that little bit better. But probably the biggest thing, apart from the additional power that we have from the exhaust, is when you're riding the bike, just the range in that power just feels better. It's just a better spread. It's easier to ride, which is, always important. And for me, it just makes it, that much more well-rounded. Standard, the bike's still good. They come with a pretty good pipe as it is. But, for me, this pipe just looks better, sounds tricker, and overall everybody loves an aftermarket exhaust pipe. Apart from that, we've also recently put on the Serco custom MX decals. The guys from Serco have rebranded recently their graphics company, and for me they were easy to apply. Even if you do stick them on a little bit wrong, you can peel it off, put it straight back on as you're going. And for me that was a really good point, because as we know, graphics, it can be tricky to put on, so that was a good point of the graphics. They've stuck on well ever since. The dust hasn't got under them, and overall they look good as well. So very good thing there. And the branding, the custom aspect of it, is what we're all about here on the project bike. What I did decide to do though was leave the radiator shrouds, the standard KTM embedded graphics, just because they don't peel, they don't get caught up on your legs. And the only real thing that I can see that goes wrong with the embedded graphics from KTM is they do tend to rub through a little bit through the design. But apart from that, they're just, overall, it's a good design, it's a good graphic, and the guys at Serco, basically made the rest of the bike's graphics match up to what the radiator shrouds and whatnot were. Also, last time we did a quick film, you saw that we put on the KTM power parts. They basically remained like new, really sturdy, really strong products. The only thing is the standard seat versus this lower cut power part seat. I'm not 100% sold that I prefer this aftermarket seat. For me, the standard one, it does feel good. Matt Moss uses a lower cut seat, but for me, I think I do prefer the standard one. The good thing is though in power parts is that they do have a range. There's ones with the hump that you see a lot of the pro guys use. There's a flatter version, or of course there's this lower cut seat as well for the shorter guys. I think there's also a higher one there for some of the taller riders as well. So plenty of options, and that's what's good about the power parts catalogue. For us, also the controls, the Pro Taper, Ricky Carmichael bend, they've been spot on, really used to them. At first I thought I cut a little bit too much off when I was putting the bars on, but so far so good. They've been perfect. And also the arc levers and ODI grips too. It's just a really good control package. That's what's good, and that's what I like about these project bikes. You can customise the bike, get it to fit how you want the bike to feel for yourself. The Pirelli MX Scorpion, the Extra X tyres, they've been holding up unreal. They've variety of terrain, a variety of conditions as well. The tyres, I just can't fault them. The feel that you get from the front, I think it's a lot better than the standard tyre, and also the rear. It's got plenty of grip. It's an all-round tyre, and at this time of the year, for these conditions, on the type of tracks that we've been seeing, for me, you just can't go wrong with them. What else we have here on the bike? It's just come together well. The KTM 250 SXF, it's a good bike that we know works well. It's had good results all around the world, but for me it's a bike that I've always liked. Something different to the Japanese bikes, and it's just a bike that when you're riding KTM, it's just something you can relate to. There's so many good riders we've seen with Ken Roxon, Ryan Dungey, and the likes of Matt Moss and all of those guys with the JDR team. It's just a good brand to be a part of, and it's a good fun bike to ride. So the word is that 2013 models are coming out soon, but for us here at Moto Online, we'll stick to this for now, keep doing more updates to it, have some more fun, and see where we end up.